Canto 1, chapter 9, I think. And here you will find that Bhishma Pitama is getting ready for his departure. He has already seen Sri Krishna over there and he wants to now say his goodbye to everyone. At that given moment in time, he also remembers how he had fired his arrows on Sri Krishna and he had committed grave errors and sins. So he asked for pardon as well. So those who were seeing Sri Krishna in the battlefield are very fortunate because they have been able to be in the company of the Lord himself. So this is what he has declared, and we will now continue from the next verse onwards, that is verse 40 onwards. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter 9, verse 40. Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Sri Krishna, whose motion and smiles of love attracts the damsels of Vrajdhama, that is the gopis. The damsels imitate the characteristic movement of the Lord after his disappearance from the rasa dance. Now, you will find that human beings have this very peculiar tendency. When somebody passes away, we normally tend to remember a lot about that person. Suppose you have lost your parent, you have lost your children, you have lost your grandparents or whoever concerned, even your best of the friends. The one thing which affects you is the way they lived with you. And you tend to remember literally everything. Now here there is a very peculiar mention of Sri Krishna leaving Vrajdham and going away. Now we have to understand this one thing, that Sri Krishna doesn't leave anybody and go anywhere. No, he doesn't. He is always around. The soul is the essence of the divine Lord. Every individual soul, which is called the Jivatma, is a part of the divine soul itself. So idea that he leaves and goes away is not right. But we tend to say these words because we feel that we have lost our dearest friend or the dearest one. There is nothing like that. As you grow onto the path of spiritual, you will yourself understand how important it is to know that you are a part of that whole. And when you are a part of the whole, you cannot be separate. Now think about it when you go to cut your hair. And when you cut your hair locks are thrown away. Right? You will say, this is the hair of this person. Don't we say those words? We still retain the identity of our own hair. Correct? But once it is out of sight, it is no longer ours. But let us say it is on top of the head. Do I say that the hair is different than me? I don't say those words because they are a part of my whole superstructure. I am the human being and this is my hair. Right? In a similar manner, the divine doesn't leave anybody. It is there within and without, constantly, always. But the feeling that somebody has gone away is very intense. We get that feeling. See, when we lose our parents or somebody very dear to us, we actually feel very sad. And we say these words, oh, we have lost this person was there, then this used to happen and that used to happen. Even your best of the friends, during this pandemic, a lot of people lost their lives. And when they lost their lives, naturally the person who lost them is feeling that vacuum in their being. And naturally that is how they feel and they express it. So the gopis of Vrajdhama also feel that paucity, that emptiness in them. But they don't realize that the Divine Lord is within them itself. He doesn't separate from the gopis. The gopis and him are one and the same. Alright? So we have to understand, but the feeling of me and meum, I, me, that exists. Until you have the body, the feeling of I am separate than the Lord, I am separate than anybody else is always going to be there. So on the path of spiritual, what is it that we do? Our job in spiritual is to be one with the divine and consider the whole world as one within you. Our job is to consider this, the world is within me. And when you realize this, then you are not going to say, this is my family, that is my child, that is my mother or father. Then the whole world is your own child. You will find that there are all these great sages and saints who consider everybody in equal eye. They don't make distinctions with any other person. I'm sure you have seen that. So, in a similar manner, the idea is to ensure that you are one with the divine and the divinity is within you, so there is nothing separate from you. So here he says, Bhishma Pitama is keeping his eyes focused on Sri Krishna who is standing next to him. He is completely one with him. See, even in your innermost being, you have to be one. When you stand and you pray, let us say you are standing in front of your own divinity, deity or whatever concern, okay? What do? You just close your hands and then you say, okay, dear God, so and so, whatever prayers that you are supposed to, right? But the idea is to you bring that God within you. There are three things in spiritual. The first thing is called the first thing is called Shravan, second one is Manan, third one is Nidhi Dhyasan. Shravan means listening. We listen to the words. So let us say somebody is saying prayers or you are yourself saying prayers. Listen to it. What are you saying? What exactly are you saying? People like to do these prayers by rote, Oh, they will say Om Namah Shivaya or any other. They just keep on saying for I don't know what reason. Having no clue what they are talking also. See, do you speak like this in the normal world? No. What do? You say words which are relevant, isn't it? It is extremely important. See, understand what I am going to tell you just now is the most important thing. Listen to it carefully. Have you seen bitcoins? I mean, definitely you know about bitcoins, correct? You know about your own lockers in the bank, correct? You have your own safety deposit vaults. Can I change the number anywhere? I can't. And that entire string of letters, numbers or whatever characters that are there, when I have to give in my password, can I change my password? Even by a little dot also I can't change. So when you say a mantra, can you even shift a little bit here and there? That is a magic mantra to open the heart of your own heart. It is the keys to your heart so that it opens up. The Lord can come inside or the Lord inside will be visible to you. So anybody saying whatever mantra that is given by some Tom, Dick, Harry or Jones is not correct. Please understand this. People have this dirty habit of picking up mantras on some podcast show or they listen to somebody on the internet and they watch some videos and say, oh, this person has given this mantra, that person has given that mantra. Can that person give you his own key for his own Bitcoin or whatever? No. So please understand, you have your own key and that key is the mantra. And the mantra diksha is always given by your dharma guru, your personal guru. So don't try to take, somebody giving on the internet some kind of crap. Don't follow that. That is not correct. Do you think with that key you can open anything? It is not possible to open. And that is the reason why we all have to be extremely careful. It is your own Gurudev who can grant you that. When he gives you the initiation and the mantra diksha, That time he will tell you what is the mantra, and that too it's a Khan mantra. He's not going to say it out loud. Oh, let us say this word loudly. The Guru doesn't talk like that. Individuals are given individual mantras and very few people get it. I met one Guruji long back. Now this person is like a super boss of some very big thing. And I asked my own, foster mother, I said, oh, you're taking mantra from this guy? Say, yeah, he's my Guruji. I said, really? How many people has he given his mantra to? His following is tremendous. He has given initiation to 5 lakh people. 500,000 people? And everybody is exchanging their mantra. You know what Guruji told me? This mantra. I mean, what kind of a crap is that? Don't do that. It's not going to give you anything. No efficacy in that. So get your mantra only from your own Gurudev. He has to acknowledge you. He has to give you the initiation. And then only take. Otherwise, don't take. Don't say anything. Your own Guru will tell you what you have to do. Okay? And there are general mantras. Those efficacy is not that high. Please understand this. Alright. So, you have to fix your mind on the Lord. That is what he is saying. So now let us move to the next verse. Verse 41, Canto 1, Chapter 9, Srimad Bhagavatam. At the Rajasuya Yagya, performed by Maharaj Yudhishthir, there was the greatest assembly of elite men in the world. The royal and learned orders, and in the great assembly, Lord Sri Krishna was worshipped by one and all as the most exalted personality of Godhead. This happened during my presence, and I remembered the incident in order to keep my mind upon the Lord. See, Rajasuya Yagya. Rajasuya Yagya. There are various yagyas that are performed by the great kings of the past. Today we don't have any kings. Okay? So we don't perform any of those. Do you do Ashwamedh Yagya? No, you can't. Your horse can't go anywhere. First and foremost, there are no roads for the horses. Alright? So there is no Ashwamedh Yagya, there is no Rajasuya Yagya, there is nothing. So don't get into it. Just remember that this is, in ancient times, there was a lot of space. People could do a lot of stuff. There were jungles and, all those small roads and all that. Things could happen. Today it doesn't work. So, Maharaj Yudhishthir had done this, and at that point in time, when he was performing the Rajasuya Yagya, people had come over there. Now, at that moment in time, Sri Krishna was also present. Now, when do you think this happened? At the end of the war, basically, or even before, when he was the king. Remember, before his kingdom was taken away, he was also the king, correct? Yudhishthir was a king before that also. And naturally, you do the coronation and all those kinds of yagyas and stuff like that. You have seen the coronation has happened for, even King Charles, isn't it? So like that, the coronation happens, there are different yagyas performed, all the great sages and the saints come. At that time, Sri Krishna was also present over there. Now when Sri Krishna was present, everybody had put garlands around him and everybody had prayed to him because they knew him to be a divinity, the divine Lord. But the Maya of Sri Krishna is such, nobody remembers him. See, if they remembered Sri Krishna, why will they fight with him in the first place? I want you to think. Do you think you have your senses in your head or no to fight God? You are not supposed to fight God. He is going to anyway win. Isn't that how it is? He is the super boss. He is the Lord of this whole universe. Why will he lose? Even in great stories, I am sure you have read so many stories, forget Mahabharata, Ramayana, you have read all other stories from all over the world. Have you ever seen gods being defeated? No, I don't think so. At least the Supreme Lord is never defeated. But yet, why do people fight him? Why? Ask yourself this question. See, as a disciple and a devotee, your job is to question everything. If you don't question everything, then you are not going to get any knowledge. Don't be a person who is like, in Maharashtra we have these, they will take one Nandi Bail around and they will say bugu 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 and they will make the noise and then Nandi Bail only does like this, like this, like this. You ask him, khana khayega kya, this, that. Hey, come on. You are not like that. You are not a yes man. Question everything. Questioning everything is the only way in becoming spiritually perfect. You have seen Parshuram is questioning his own Gurudev. Is he not? You are learning Tripura Rahasyam from me. In that, has he not asked questions after questions? Very relevant questions. Don't ask what is the color of the ice cream that I want to eat. Don't ask stupid questions, okay? You have to ask questions which are very relevant. So questioning is important. So why is this yajna? And why is it that Sri Krishna is recognized only at that point in time, not otherwise? He was playing in the Rajbhumi. Did anybody recognize him? So the gopis had a very faint idea about him. See, when you are born on earth, all your memories are wiped clean. You are supposed to create new memories. There is a database that is hidden behind the wall that is not known to you. That is called your Sanchit Karma, accumulated karma. That is a database which is lying in the big servers up there. God knows where they are. We have no idea. But you have come with a limited data. You have got, like they had that Windows NT system, the permissions are given to only few people. So only one person has got the permission to see so many things, data points. Not everybody is given. So like that, the only thing that you are exposed to is your prarabdha karma only when it comes up. Otherwise, you have no idea of that also. So the idea is everybody's memories from the past lives is disabled. From the heavens is disabled. From the hells is disabled. No memories are balanced over there. So you have come with a new body. This body has got limited capacity. Today when we have to do that deep seek or whatever, they want that NVIDIA chip, isn't it? That big chip that is there. So India says, oh, we have got 16,000 chips. Oh, China says we have 10,000 chips. So that is the hardware you require. Just to run so many, that LLMs that you are having nowadays. Same thing. Your body doesn't even have the capacity to run that system. You have come with one small tiny chip. Your memory is only this much. Your processor is only so small. Your brain can only grasp so much. Why will you be given the entire database of the whole big servers that are up there? So the idea is that you are given very limited knowledge. And in that also you can't recognize half of the things. Right? You are getting married now, you may think, oh, this is a new beautiful girl that I'm getting married to. Forget it, boss. You have already married this person 6 or 7 times. God knows how many times. In your own religion, it is not written Saptapadi. Saptapadi means 7 times you have to marry the same person. My God, imagine that. It's a torture for everybody, but still you go through the torture. And this time also, you may be going through the torture. Do you even understand that? So remember, this is a very strange phenomenon. So nobody knows Krishna. Okay? We are all blanked out. Our memories are blank. Okay? You are opening a new data. You are opening a new page. Okay, now let us open a new page. That is why nobody knows. That is the time when Bhishma Pitama says, okay, he was already there. And everybody garlanded it. Everybody prayed to him at that point in time. Now I can meditate with full concentration. That is the next verse we are doing. And now I can meditate with full concentration upon that one. Lord Sri Krishna now present before me. Because now I have transcended the misconception of duality in regards to his presence in everyone's heart. Even in the heart of mental speculators. He is in everyone's heart. The sun may be perceived differently, but the sun is one. I think I explained this entire verse to you at the beginning itself. I had no idea this verse was there. But anyway, understand one thing. It is only when you come to the point that all the dirt from you is cleaned out. Okay? All the dirt from your mind, from your body is cleaned out. That means you have become pure. Okay? So what are you doing just now? Defrag. So you're defragging fragmentation. So when you're doing, all the data is removed from there, then you suddenly start thinking, oh my God, I am facing the greatest Lord of himself. It is only then. Nobody can recognize the dear Lord anytime. See, we see human beings in front of us. The human beings look so frail and average. When Narendra went in front of Swami, he is Swami Vivekananda, if you know Narendra. So when Narendra went in front of his own Guruji, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, do you think he even recognized him? No. Nobody can recognize. The Lord himself is sitting and he looks like a frail person sitting with, mostly his, all these lungi is always off and thing is like sitting over there looking like a frail human being having no support and sick in the throat of his cancer and stuff like that. You cannot recognize the Lord. That is Kalima himself. Herself, should I say. See, the thing is, how many people can recognize that? Nobody. So when I met Riyananda Baba, I could see Chandima in front of me. I never saw Riyananda Baba anywhere. Because that is Chandika herself, and how she welcomed me. She welcomed me with, all that puja part, God knows, all kinds of things. And started crying the moment I entered. Isn't that what happened? Those who are witness to it, every time when I was about to leave that place, the amount of crying and the amount of, discomfort shown by Riyanand Baba was too much, isn't it? That is Chandika herself. But can we recognize Chandika? We can't. How many people can recognize Sai Baba as Hanumanji's avatar? Nobody can recognize him. He looks like, and people will call him a Muslim and all that. Sorry boss, you don't know him. Yesterday, somebody asked me, hey, my Guruji, who always goes about, without his clothes on. He's an Avduta, Dattatreya. When Dattatreya moves around, he may not even have his clothes on. So we call, even in other religion, he is the people who don't wear anything, they are called Digambars. And there is a verse there is a prayer called Digambara, Digambara, Shripada, Vallabha, Digambara. We say this for Dattatreya. So he asked, oh, Digambar means is another religion. I say, yeah, of course, he is the boss of that religion also. Don't you know Adinath? Adinath is him only. There are scriptures written in different languages where my Gurudev is mentioned. It is a strange phenomenon. Don't restrict him to one place, okay? This is the very important thing. We can't restrict him. Dattatreya was born as Parshuram. My God, Parshuram, really? It's very strange. How can he be born as Parshuram? And then you all say that, no. He was also the Mahavishnu avatar. Really? So how can he be Mahavishnu avatar and how can he be Dattatreya's avatar also? Now this is a very strange phenomena again. How do you know? Sir, till you do not become enlightened and knowledgeable, no knowledge can come out of you. I hope you get the point. Till that dimag ki batti doesn't come on, nothing happens. You can still see one ordinary person standing in front of you, a bearded person or somebody like that. Oh my God, look at him. How does it look? He is wearing kafani. And look at the Swamiji in Akkalkot. Akkalkot Swami will wear one single langoti. Big person like this, with big stomach and all that. Big eyes like this. And here, he's sitting over there under that, Audambar tree and talking to all his people. And then people have this habit. How can he be vegetarian? How can he be non-vegetarian? How can Sai Baba eat meat? How can, Ramakrishna Paramahansa eat fish? What are you talking about? You are still a below average person in spiritual. Don't judge these people. Don't judge God. Till you don't become enlightened, why are you judging God? They are the divinity themselves. Swami Samarth of Akkalkot is an avatar of Dattatreya himself. He was also the guru, one of the gurus of Sai Baba of Shirdi. Then he had a Muslim guru also. Nobody says he doesn't have. He had. It is possible. Why are you restricting it? The idea should be that don't keep your your mind closed. Here what is Bhishma Pitama saying? It is only now when I am about to die, that I have got this misconception of duality removed from me. The misconception is what? God is in sky. God is not in sky. He is not in some heaven anywhere. He is within your heart. You have never found him. Till you don't get that enlightenment, how are you going to find God anywhere? And that is the reason why he says, now I meditate with full concentration upon the one Lord. There is only one Lord. Don't think that there are so many lords. There is Shiva, there is Vishnu, there is this, there is that. These are called deities. There is only one Lord. His name can be called by anything. You can call him Shiva also. You can call him Krishna also. You can call him no name also. Doesn't matter. That God doesn't say you have to name me anything. I may be the divine Lord. The divine Lord. That is the reason why here even Prabhupada says, the supreme divine consciousness. It is acceptable. So here the supreme divine consciousness is within your heart. So he says, now present before me, Sri Krishna is present before me. I have transcended, I have gone beyond the misconception of duality in regards to his presence in everybody's heart. He is in everybody's heart, but nobody will see. Nobody can recognize. Nobody has any idea that God is in somebody's heart. If the biggest villain is standing in front of you, do you think God is in that person's heart? You hate somebody from the bottom of your heart. Maybe you don't like your own parents, or maybe you don't like your own brother, sister, husband, wife, whoever it might be. And you are saying, oh, he's got Krishna in him. Huh? How can he have Krishna in him? Really? But that is what is mentioned over here. Isn't it? You have to find God within everybody. And that you can only find once you have reached that, transcended that state. And even imagine, Bhishma Pitama is transcending only at the last minute. He's just catching the train. Okay? At that time, oh my God, now I know who is Krishna. That time he comes to know. It's given over here. I have transcended the misconception of duality. He is present in everybody's heart. And even in the heart of all those mental speculators. Mental people are there in this world, idiots of the highest order. There is no God, there is nobody, atheistic people. Really, it does not matter. God is there in everything. Some people accept him, some people don't accept him. That is not a concern of anybody. You want to accept it, accept it. You don't want to accept it, don't accept it. Doesn't change anything. You have an ostrich mentality. What am I to do? So he says, he is in everybody's heart. The sun may be perceived differently, but the sun is one. Sutta Goswami said, thus Bhishma Dev merged himself in the super soul, Sri Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, with his mind, speech, sight and action, and thus he became silent and his breathing stopped. So what happens? He takes Krishna in his own heart, prays to him, says, yes, now the duality between you and me is finished. All his mind, soul, everything that is there, all the senses. He goes within, back, the senses are folding up. The mind is folding up, everything is folding up. It is going back into the innermost realms. And when that happens, he slowly gives up his mortal coil. He dies over there. Now he has got Ichcha Mrityu. He can die whenever he pleases. So he dies over there pleasantly. Knowing that Bhishma Deva has merged into the unlimited eternity of the Supreme Absolute, all present there became silent like the birds at the end of the day. Now naturally when Bhishma Pitama is giving up his mortal coil, everybody can see him, all can observe him. He's lying on the bed of arrows. He is only having Sri Krishna in his mind. He doesn't have any other thing. He has opened his own heart up. He can only think of Krishna. Whereas now all these people are looking at that body lying over there. Slowly the body releases the soul and the soul goes to the heaven towards Sri Krishna's heaven. Thereafter both men and demigods sounded drums in honor, and the honest royal order commenced demonstration of honor and respect, and from the sky fell showers of flowers. Now you may not see these flowers falling down because you are seeing with your naked eyes. When you see with your naked eyes, you cannot see anything. I have personally seen the lords themselves walking inside the rooms, but nobody else can see them. Nobody else can see them, because if your heart is full of material worldly things, you can't see the lords. Even when you want to see your own Gurudev also, you won't be able to see him. But if you have that much amount of love and devotion, then you will find him just next to you, standing next to you. He's handling you like this, like a baby. That is how the Lord is. So, all the gods, deities, everybody over there, all the human beings, they are paying their last respect to Bhishma Pitama. Bhishma Pitama is traveling towards his own destiny, wherever he had come from. And they all started sounding the bugles and the trombones and everything. All the musical instruments started playing, because naturally, you see, when a great person goes, you are supposed to enjoy it. You may think you are supposed to cry. No. On the contrary, you should be laughing, you should be smiling, and you should be giving them a goodbye. Because they are going back to their Father in heaven, isn't it? Somebody who is going back to their native place, are we not happy when they are going back to their native place? Somebody is going to meet their mother. Are we not happy when the person is going to meet their mother? Are we not happy when they are going to meet their beloveds? They are going to meet them. Are we not happy? Here is Bhishma Pitama going back to Sri Krishna, to his own heaven. And naturally, all the gods are happy. They are praying to him so that he has a better journey. O descendant of Bhrigu, Shaunaka, after performing funeral rites on the dead body of Bhishma Dev, Maharaj Yudhishthir was momentarily overtaken with grief. And naturally, at that moment in time, the normal human beings are always filled with grief. I can tell you that if somebody very near and close to you dies, if you are not going to cry, or if you are going to say, oh, I'm so happy, now I'll get the property of these people, you are an idiot. Don't do that. I have seen people like that in my life. I've seen so many people, they are waiting for that person to die so that they can claim their rights on their properties and other things. No, don't do that. You have to cry a little bit because you are a human being. You are supposed to feel that twinge of sorrow, little bit at least. So Yudhishthir is like a human being. So he is feeling the sadness that his great teacher, he has taught him, isn't it? Is the religious principle within him. And that religious principle has taken to the heavens. And naturally, when Bhishma Pitama is going back, he is feeling a little bit, a twinge of that sadness that comes over him. So Yudhishthir is feeling like that. Literally everybody is feeling like that. All the great sages then glorified Lord Krishna, who was present there by confidential Vedic hymns. Then all of them returned to their respective hermitages, bearing always Lord Krishna with their heart. Now, who are the people who can recognize Sri Krishna over there? The common men. That is right from all the Pandavas and whatever is left of the Kauravas and their families and their children and everybody. Do you think they can recognize Sri Krishna? They can't. Nobody can recognize him. Only the sages and the saints who were there were able to know who he is, because they are enlightened beings. Only enlightened beings have the vision of seeing God. Ordinary people cannot see God. You can do whatever you feel like. Nobody, no ordinary person can see God. And here these people are able to visualize the divine Lord themselves in Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the mortal form that he has taken, as a relative of the Pandavas, isn't it? So they all pray to him and they are going back to their hermitages. Here is a very peculiar phenomena that is happening. Do you remember how many sages were there? I am sure you recollect that even Atri Muni was there, Parshuram was there, all these people were there. That means what? Narada is there. Every sage and saint is there. It only tells you that the sages and the saints are eternal. They don't die. They are always present. They keep on staying around. So today, if you pray to any saint or sage, don't think that he has gone away. He is the person who looks after this entire world, these worlds. So today, if you want to meet Vashishta Muni, you can definitely meet him. If you want to meet Parshuram also, you can meet him. But will you recognize Parshuram if he comes in front of you? You are thinking he must be some 7 foot tall and mighty guy and with big beard and stuff like that. That is your concept. He can take whatever body he feels like. When Dattatreya can take so many bodies, Sripad Sri Vallabh one, okay, Narsimha Saraswati another, right? How many? So many different forms. Yeah, Samartha, and Swami Samartha of Akkalkot, one more. And do they look different? Ah, yes, of course. Even Hanumanji, does he look different? You see, Hanumanji took form so many times. Imagine Samartha Ramdas coming in front of you. Can you recognize Hanumanji over there? No. Nobody can recognize him. So, idea is that you have to recognize these divine beings. By the way, they are constantly present. It's not that they go away somewhere. They don't go anywhere. They are around there itself. So if you want to meet Baba also, when people come to me, like whenever they used to come to me in the past, nowadays nobody comes. That's a different story. But they will come and they will say, Guruji, I am going to Shirdi. I want to meet Baba. I said, "Theek hai. Say hello to him when you meet him." And they meet him. Strangely they meet him. Sai Baba of Shirdi will come and say hello to him. They may not recognize him. Hardly. Last time I went, there was one lady sitting over there weaving flowers like the diggy. And she called and she said, "Come here, take this flower. This is from my feet." My feet. Huh. Sai Baba in a woman's form, nobody recognizes him. It's the same thing. How will people recognize? So you got to have those visions, those eyes for recognizing God. That is why you have to be that divine person. Don't be an average human being. Have the highest of the devotion to Lord and start believing in it. So, he says, these people, they went back to their hermitages. 48th verse, thereafter Maharaj Yudhishthir at once went to his capital Hastinapur, accompanied by Lord Sri Krishna, and there he consoled his uncle Aunt Gandhari, who was an ascetic. So he consoles his own. Remember, there are other people also, okay? So you are not supposed to be just thinking like that. Who is dead? I think the whole Kaurava clan is dead, isn't it? So naturally he has to go and he has to console them also, his parents. Verse 49, after this the great religious king Maharaj Yudhishthir executed the royal power of the kingdom strictly according to the codes and royal principle approved by his uncle and confirmed by Lord Sri Krishna. So what does he do? Maharaj Yudhishthir takes over the throne. He performs the yagyas that are necessary, and there are religious duties to be performed, there are material worldly duties to be performed, everything has to be put in place. You know, when Donald Trump has come just now, have you not seen all these people? They have to go in front of the Senate and give their answers, right? Same thing during that time also. Everybody is appointed. Minister of Defense, Minister of this, Minister of that, Minister of Home Affairs. So everybody has to be authenticated, because the right person has to be there on the job, isn't it? So all the right people are appointed, everybody is given their positions. Now earlier, who was staying in that castle? Duryodhana and Dushyasan. And now who is taken over? Yudhishthira and his gang. All the Pandavas, isn't it? So now there is allocation of rooms. You stay on this. No, I want to be on the first floor. Somebody will say, no, I want very close to the, to the kitchen. Why? Because I like to eat a lot. I can only think of Bhimdev as doing that. I want to be next to the kitchen because I love cooking and eating. I was joking. Think about it like that. Allocation of rooms, allocation of duties. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do. It's a whole load of things. Even in our case, today we are kicking off our organization. How many duties are there? Too many. And everybody has to be ready for their duty. Guruji, what is my duty? Yes, this is your duty. Do this. Okay, go to the kitchen. Eat whatever you want. So it is like that. So some people are going to be there only for eating. Some people are there to look after the horses. Okay, so it is like that. Everybody gets their duty, and everything has to be followed strictly as per the laws of the land. Okay, so there is a law, there is a way of living. All these royal principles have to be followed. I ask you a question. In your own life, do you have any principles? Think about eating lunch. Is there a fixed time for eating lunch in your life? Is there a fixed time for getting up? Nobody gets up in time. Nobody eats in time. Everybody does what they feel like. See, please remember, if you are a royal, a great king, you have to set an example to others. Isn't that the truth? See, if you are going to be disobeying your own laws, who is going to follow you? There is a protocol in everything. So in the way of life, I teach protocols. I teach you how to be a king. I'll teach you everything in this world. How to do this in a particular manner, that in a particular manner. Everything has to be taught in a very detailed manner. Otherwise, you are not fit enough to be the king. You are not fit enough to be even a person who is running the kitchen if you don't understand things. And this is what is required. When a king is in there, he's ruling, he has to give the royal duties to everyone. Every person over there are given duties. Every person is expected to perform in the way they are supposed to perform. Alright? And that is according to the codes, strictly according to the codes and the royal principles, approved by his uncle. Who is the uncle? The person who is blind. And that was ratified by Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna says, okay, I ratify it. Signed, signature, delivered. So we have come to the end of chapter 9. Next time we will do chapter 10. So we will stop over here.
Recording stop.